so beautiful.
That's a sneak peek of Saving Hope, a new medical drama debuting on CTV tonight. We are talking to Erica Durrance from Toronto this morning. She plays Surgeon Dr. Alex Reid on the show. Good morning, Erica.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. Now, I understand you've just wrapped up shooting some of the final episodes. Please tell us Charlie wakes up.
If I were going to tell anybody, it would be Calgary, because that's where I was born. But I can't do it because you have to watch.
All right.
All I know is I don't actually. They haven't even given me the last two, because they like to play a game where I find out at the last second and then they get my reaction. It's fun for them. So, but I do know that that element of the other world potentially will, like, it'll always be there, because that's what kind of gives it its unique quality and allows us to ask the questions that we want to ask and that sort of thing. It gives us that other perspective. So it's a medical drama, but it's kind of twisted on its ear. It's got a different view to it.
Mm-hmm. Now, just from getting a look at the trailer, it's a very interesting storyline. What attracted you most about playing Dr. Alex Reid, your character?
It was the subject matter of dealing with that kind of situation. This strong, really independent, driven woman, and all of a sudden everything that she thinks about life and believes in is completely challenged, and so she has to keep her world going and try to keep her job, and she's trying to do all of this other stuff on the same dime. So it was just such a well-written female part, and I wanted to dive right in, so I grabbed it right away.
Awesome. You're no stranger to working with a close cast, with your time on Smallville and all, playing Lois Lane. Now, how important is chemistry between co-stars?
I think that all of us could say that, we're professionals, and you can work with anybody that you need to work with, but I think it's an added bonus if you end up having a trust factor with the people you're working with. I feel that that's crucial for me, and it's just the level of professionalism and trust that you have within it. The lucky part for myself with Michael is I've known him for almost 10 years, and we've worked together a few times, so it creates a shorthand. And you get to jump past all that other kind of get to know each other stuff. So that's really helped in our process, at least.
Mm-hmm. Now, Michael Shanks and Daniel Gillies, have they pulled any pranks on you?
I would be more likely the one to pull a prank on them.
That's great to know.
I'm very, very mischievous. I'm still planning it out. Right now, we're all just trying to get our feet under us and kind of get this first season going and that sort of thing. But I think, if anything, it's the moments where the kind of kid in all of us comes out is when we're actually in the OR, which is ironic because it should be all tense and all of that kind of stuff. But there's something that happens when you get the prosthetics in there and all the blood and all that kind of stuff. I kind of go back to my farm girl roots. So everybody thinks that I should be grossed out, but I'm like, what? I grew up on a farm. This is nothing.
Yeah, you grew up on a farm in Alberta. Tell us about that.
I grew up on a turkey farm in Three Hills, Alberta, and it was wild and crazy, and I loved it because I could run wild as a kid, and you learn a lot about hard work, and even the whole life and death process you learn about because you've got the animals and you're dealing with all that kind of stuff. So it's a very grounding experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Right, so you mentioned earlier that you're born in Calgary, you lived just outside of Three Hills. Do you still have family here? Do you plan to come out and visit?
I have visited a couple of times. I have a brother that lives in Edmonton with his wife and daughter, and otherwise we're all kind of dispersed hither and yon, and my father lives in Edmonton as well.
One last question, Erica. Was it hard for you to learn all that medical jargon? I mean, that must be tough.
We have a lot of help. We have our medical advisors, and for me, it's repetition. It's just going over and over and over again. But the biggest thing is I need to know why I'm saying it, and once I figure out what I'm talking about, it makes it a lot easier. But there's definitely those moments where it just doesn't compute. My brain is not, able to tell my lips to do what they need to do, and it creates a lot of hilarity and embarrassment for me, and thus everybody else enjoys it.
Well, thanks so much, Erica, for your time. Best of luck with the show and continue to be as beautiful as you are. Erica Durance is starring in the new CTV drama Saving Hope. It debuts tonight, folks, at 10 p.m. here on CTV. And again, thank you so much for your time.